Hey you guys, so I'm going to talk about something that seems to be very common in the dating world today, and it's nice guy syndrome. And this syndrome, those guys that sit up there and they whine all day about how, oh, I'm such a nice guy, the self-proclaimed nice guys that'll tell you all day about how they're such a great guy, and I don't understand why more girls don't like me. Girls always put me in the friend zone. They only want a-holes, they only want jerks. I do all this stuff for them and they don't do anything for me. Then they even go as far as to be like, well, nice guys finish last, or girls just like jerks, so I'm just gonna be a jerk. I'm tired of being pushed around and stuff like that. Well, first of all, women are not obligated to like you, to be romantically interested in you just because you're a nice guy. I personally feel like if somebody's nice to me, I feel like I'm obligated to be decent to them. I'm obligated to be cordial, polite, whatever to them. Yeah, to treat them, like a decent human being. But I don't feel like I need to feign a romantic interest in you. I don't think that a lot of those guys are getting the wires all crossed up. They somehow along the line started believing that being nice to a woman or doing any small nice gesture for her obligates her to be romantically interested in you, and that is not true. There has to be something else there. There has to be some type of romantic attraction. There has to be some type of spark or something. And so I don't feel like that's true. There's a lot of nice guys out there. You're not going to date every nice guy. You're going to choose the person that is respectful to you and stuff like that. Yet they have some other qualities that you like. There's some type of physical, romantic, sexual attraction. One of those, or all of them. And also, the guys that tend to whine about this, they always say like, "Oh, girls like a-holes and stuff like that." Um, but here's what I think it is. I think women, we really love confidence, and a lot of the time, women don't know how to tell just like a truly confident man from an a-hole, which exhibits like the traits of a confident man, but who really isn't. Because a lot of those guys who go overboard to be like an a-hole, a lot of the time they are insecure about some stuff, and um, so a lot of the time that ends up being a guy who women do not try, like, there are some girls who do just like bad boys, or they go after bad boys, or they only really date bad boys because they feel like they're exciting. But a lot of bitter guys seem to assume that women purposely go after bad boys. A lot of women, and it's not like, oh, we're always a victim, because you can like learn how to read people better, but a lot of women get caught up with bad boys. You don't intend to get your heart breaking or be with an a-hole 9 times out of 10, but again, it's that confidence that's attracting them, and not knowing how to tell a man like that's kind of in the middle, that is respectful, has a good personality, yet he has confidence, and he's not like this completely whiny wimp like the guy, like, oh, I'm such a nice guy, or stuff like that. um he's in the middle. But a lot of time, yeah, they get caught up with that a-hole thinking he is that truly confident man or that balanced man, when he's not. We want the confidence, not the jerk side. And that's what, the a-holes, they kind of go overboard to exhibit those, to like show off those traits. And so a lot of girls think that, oh, it's kind of a nature thing, we're automatically attracted to a male that is, at least somewhat confident in his abilities and stuff like that. And so that's, a lot of girls get caught up. Yes, I know some girls who purposely are with bad boys and stuff like that, but I don't feel like that's the majority of women. And then the third thing that gets on my nerves a lot of the time is when they do the thing like I was saying before, like, oh, well, I'm just gonna start being mean now. Nice guys finish last. First of all, that's weak. Because if you're really like a person of good character, you don't let the world change you. Almost everybody has gotten their heart broken. Everybody's been in pain and stuff like that. It doesn't make me completely give up on love. Sometimes I need to take a break. It doesn't, that's a bitter type of thing too, when they start getting into like, oh, well, every time I'm nice to girls, they always break my heart, so I'm just going to be a jerk. How is that going to work out any better for you? that's still going to be a bunch of drama, and it's not who you really are. Why? If you were really a nice guy or a person of good character, you really wouldn't feel like you should change just because some people, didn't appreciate you or treated you like crap. That's life. I know it's not easy, but that is life. And you can't change everything you can, but I don't think that's healthy to let the world change you just because somebody broke your heart. And so, yeah, and then they just continually whine, and they don't see that the problem is them. And a lot of the guys who have to go overboard to talk about how much of a nice guy they are really aren't that nice of a guy, which is so funny to me because it's like the biggest jerks ever will have, like, like if it's online, they'll have like a screen name, nice guy, blah, blah, blah. If it's in person, they'll be like, I'm a nice guy, I'm not trying to do this, I'm not trying to do that. And I feel like everybody talks about like how they try to be a good person, or they talk about their character or integrity sometimes. But I'm talking about those guys who they always say, like, as far as when it comes to women, they're always talking about how much of a nice guy they are, and then they're always complaining about how they get screwed over. Constantly. And that's also a weak thing to me. Like, a lot of men like that are like, this is not attractive to women either. Like, they're always like the victim in life. And I've known men like this, and it's very aggravating. And so that's not attractive. I don't know where this nice guy syndrome came from, but we ladies are not obligated to like you. I mean, to love you or to be romantically interested because you're a nice guy. I'm not going to be rude to you, but I don't feel like you're truly, truly a nice guy. You're just kind of like kissing up. And women do like somebody with a backbone. And so we like you to be respectful, but you don't have to do so much where if you're not comfortable with it, if you're gonna resent somebody afterwards and then talk about how you were so nice but you were too nice to them and all that stuff like that, I mean, you didn't get enough in return, that's kind of a sign of a weak male. So if you're doing the stuff basically because you feel like this woman she's obligated to like you, not just to make her feel good, but just to make her, oh, I did this, well, now you should do this, and to me, that's unattractive. And so there's a lot of whiny guys talking about how nice they are and how they can't find anybody, but sorry, maybe the problem is you. That's just my theory. I'm not trying to be, have an attitude about it or anything like that, but that's just my theory on that. And so you have to bring more to the table than just being nice.